Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to this very special video because it's a tag video and we love to be chatty about makeup topics, about all kinds of topics honestly. And also today is a very special day because I'm doing a collab with someone that I just recently found and I am so intrigued, I'm going to tell you about her in just a second. So this is the Beauty Resolutions tag and this has been created by Mel Thompson, and of course I'm going to have her linked in the description box down below, besides all of the people that I might be mentioning, and of course Kelly. And Kelly is the one that I'm collabing with. So I found her just recently through another collab that I think Cara C did with her, and I checked out her channel and I was like, yes. And you know why? Because I have been so lonely. You know that, right? I've been so lonely in the sense of I felt like, is there someone else like me on YouTube? And recently I've just found a few people. There are not a lot of us. You know, the more well-spoken people, the more like dignified people that are not bad-mouthing on their channel, in their videos, and all of these things, and that are just ladies. You know, we're ladies, and I'm so glad that I found Kelly because she's a lady, and that is amazing. And if you like my vibe, then you might like her too, so please check her out. So she is based in Houston, Texas. She's an American YouTuber, obviously. She's a mom of a beautiful little girl, married to an amazing husband. She is a teacher and she's doing YouTube at the side. So I kind of also feel that we're vibing the same way there in that too, because right now I'm also a teacher because I'm basically homeschooling my 7 kids right now because, you know, for the last year things have been crazy and they most of the time are home now, which is kind of hard to create content, but we're doing what we can. So anyway, let's go to the Beauty Resolutions tag, and of course, please, once you've finished watching here, please check out Kelly's channel because she's amazing and she's lovely and she has a very calming presence, but fun and calming, you know? So check out her channel. I think she's incredible and I totally vibe with her. So yeah, that is that. Okay, so I have printed out the questions because I find it so annoying to sit here with my phone and like constantly it goes dark and then I have to, you know, so I printed it out because I'm old-fashioned. I'm a lady, I can. Okay, so and we have 10 questions and I actually want to take some of the questions a little bit in a different direction because otherwise I wouldn't have an answer really, you know, and you will see. Okay, so the first question is something you do regularly in your makeup routine that you will try to stop as a New Year's resolution, basically for 2021. So what do I have regularly in my makeup routine that I'm going to try to stop? And sweeties, that is not even something in my makeup routine that I'm doing because, and that is one of those questions that I'm just taking off the track a tiny little bit, because I don't think there's anything in my makeup routine as of right now that I have realized that I have to change because I'm fine. I'm happy with my makeup routine. So I don't think I have to change anything but one thing, and that is the clown stage. Sweeties, I've been speaking about the clown stage already a couple of times while creating looks. The clown stage is when the doubts come. And that is the thing that I need to stop in 2021 and forever, to doubt myself. Because I know at the end of my makeup application, the look will come together. Does it always look flawless? Does it always look amazing? Is it always my best day? No. Does it have to be? No. But I should be able to stop doubting myself because there is no need. First of all, I'm a makeup artist. I should trust my trade. I should trust what I've learned. But also besides that, I'm a human being. Am I allowed to make mistakes? Yes. Do I have to be perfect? No. It's all fine, you know? So there's absolutely no need for this crazy perfectionism and for this crazy, this need to, I don't know, to prove to myself that yes, again, I've done it. I don't need this in my life. I don't need this stress. I want to stop doubting myself. And not only in my makeup application, but in general in my life. I think that is something that has always held me back. Always held me back. So that is something definitely I want to work on, just getting rid of this simmering doubt in the background that at some point during my makeup application just comes creeping up and tells me, "Oh, you look horrible and you cannot go out like this," you know, because it's not true. It's a lie. Okay, so number 2, a brand you will try for the first time in 2021. There are a lot. I have tried a lot of brands in 2020 because that was my New Year's resolution for 2020, and I've definitely done that. I should actually go and count all the new brands that I did try, because I think when I filmed my New Year's resolutions for 2020, I had probably 10 brands or something like that I wanted to try. Certain brands I still haven't tried, like Cleonat and brands like that, but other brands I did try, and beyond that, I tried more than I thought that I ever would. So that was amazing, absolutely amazing. I also got to try Pat McGrath, which I never thought I would, but that was due to my husband, who gifted me Pat McGrath palettes for my birthday. I got to try Natasha Denona because one of my besties gave that to me as a Hanukkah gift. So I have been really, really blessed. I also bought a lot of things myself. I did start receiving PR from some brands, which also, of course, opened the door for more brands. So that is amazing. So 2020 in that regard was really, really amazing. What do I want to try in 2021? Definitely is Lethal Cosmetics. Lethal Cosmetics, a good German brand. Really, really, I don't know, it has such an edgy, cool vibe to it, and I definitely want to try Lethal Cosmetics this year. What else do I want to try? There are so many brands, seriously, also smaller brands. I always have my eyes on the underdogs, you know, on the smaller brands that are not featured too much. And there's actually, you know, there are going to be videos coming with brands like that too, because I have stuff coming to me as when we're speaking right now. What else do I want to try? I definitely still want to try Cleonat at some point. And I also definitely want to try Nabla, because I have heard amazing things about Nabla. So I definitely want to do that. Eyeshadows, okay? I do have a highlighter right now that I'm sort of, you know, it's not my most favorite formula, but we shall see. But I definitely am waiting for a palette from Nabla that vibes with me enough to pay for it. You know what I mean? So that is definitely something. And what else do I want to try? I want to try everything. That is the thing, you know? I have a very, very open heart, and maybe when you're watching my new makeup releases videos, you can also see that I'm very, very positive about makeup in general. And that is, sometimes it's a decision. It's not something that comes naturally, but that is what I want to be, and that is what I want to do in the makeup community, to be positive and to be not trashing brands and not, like, I don't know, venting my frustration that I have in my life on makeup brands. You know what I mean? So that is definitely something that I want to do, try more brands and small brands, maybe really brands that are not featured on other channels, you know? So that is that. Okay, question number 3, a brand you will let go in 2020. Now, I don't really have a brand here in my collection that I've tried and that I've hated so much that I want to get rid of it, but there is one in general that I've never bought from, that I've always despised, and that is, of course, Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and that is definitely, it has always been off the list, but if I don't mention him, I have nothing to say to this question. Okay, sweeties, sorry for the jump cut. As always, I've been interrupted by the neighbors. So I have been on a 30-minute break because of the noise level. So that's why I have no idea where I just was. I think I was talking about Jeffree Star and leaving him in 2020 and wherever he belongs. All right, so let's go in question number 4, and that is, what makeup technique would you like to learn or try once? I think in general I'm open for a lot of things, like trying new things, different placements, things like this. There is not really that one thing that sticks out to me that I would like to try, but I think in general I'm very, very happy with what I'm doing. I'm, you know, playing with colors and textures and different things, formulas, but placement wise, or like being like all over the place or something, like very avant-garde looks or stuff like that, is maybe not so much me. So I don't know. Also, like makeup that is like turning yourself into a butterfly or into a reindeer or something, it's also not so much me, you know? I'm pretty sure I could do it, like technically I think I could pull it off, but I don't think that is so much me. So I'm actually fine unless something happens and sort of I get this revelation that I want to try this one new thing, but as of right now I cannot say that there is something, and I'm pretty happy with that. All right, so number 5, a product that you will leave in 2020. So the only thing that actually I have in my collection that I actually really, really dislike is this. MAC singles. MAC single eyeshadows. This is my MAC single eye collection, which is not big, I know. Okay, so I have here a sheet of mattes, and here I have some very, very lackluster shimmers. And I think MAC is, or probably has never been very famous for their eyeshadows. Correct me if I'm wrong, but no, thank you. I have tried these, really, I have tried, but I like really no. And I think in general, I'm a very patient person with makeup. I'm always like, I'm going into a look trying to make it work, you know, to give it my best shot, but these all right, so that is that. Then number 6, products you will give a second chance to. And that is another question that I'm going to take off track a tiny little bit, because it's more a brand than a certain product. And that is BH Cosmetics, because when I started my makeup channel or my makeup journey, I started out with BH Cosmetics basically. And then they had this whole thing with the, what was it called? The star sign, the Zodiac series, and that was such a turn off for me. So I was like, yeah, let's take a step back from BH Cosmetics. But now I actually have things on the way to me from BH Cosmetics. So 2021 will definitely be a year where I'm giving myself back to BH Cosmetics and letting myself be a canvas for their eyeshadows, because eyeshadows was the issue, not highlighters or something like this, you know. So that is definitely BH Cosmetics. Okay, 7, a resolution for your YouTube channel. And that was actually the most exciting question for me to answer, because you know, if I were a truly good YouTuber in the sense of a normal regular YouTuber, I would say, I want to grow my channel. I want to be famous. I want everybody to look up to me. Everybody wants to collab with me. Everybody wants to do this and that and the other thing, and I'm the center of it all. There is a certain percentage of me who wants exactly that. But, sweeties, this is all an illusion. It's all an illusion. And at the end of the day, what all this means is not real. It's not real, you know? If that is all you have, if that is all you want, you're going to be disappointed, you know? And that is why I'm going to go so away from this. Yes, I want to grow my channel. Yes, I want to have some place of influence, but I kind of feel like what I have here, this is my ministry. And I don't know, I just don't have a better word to put it. I know this is not a ministry in that sense, like, I don't know, like ministries too. You know, but for me, this is what I'm doing, where I have my heart in it, and where I can give, and where I feel also, and believe it or not, take it or leave it, whatever, but where I feel that God uses me. And that is what I'm doing here. And as long as this is the place where God wants to use me, that is what I'm doing. And as long as I have the creativity that He gives me to fill my hands, that is what I'm sharing. And that is my resolution for my channel. I have nothing to give. I personally, as Leorah, have nothing to give. I have no happiness for myself. I have no peace for myself. I have no creativity for myself. I have nothing for myself. It's only the gifts that I'm getting, you know? So that is what I'm trying to share here, while I'm not trying to push religious content down people's throats who don't believe in that, but I'm just trying to share from my heart what is in my heart, and that is what I'm doing here, to make people happy, to see the responses that I'm getting from women who have struggled with this or that or the other thing, and who actually got help here on my channel and got inspired and things like this. This is what I want to do on my channel. Do I have to be super big for that? Maybe not. You know, would I like to have more influence and reach more people? Absolutely yes. But I want to be in the place where God wants me to be. And if that is a channel with 3,500 subscribers, or if that is a channel with, I don't know, 3 million subscribers, then that's what it's going to be. And I just pray that I will always have the tools to deal with it, you know. But that is really, really an exciting new thing that I'm setting for myself, because this whole pressure in the YouTube community and in the beauty community in general, of being successful, of being perfect, of always having the newest things, of always being in that certain crowd, in that in crowd, you know, it drives you nuts. It drives you nuts. It's frustrating. It's frustrating when you see that your views going down, when you don't get likes, when you have suddenly dislikes on your videos, when you get mean comments, or who knows what, you know, when your subscriber count doesn't rise, whatever, you know. And if you take all of that away and just focus on what the sole purpose is, you know, and I'm just talking about me. Like, if you have a YouTube channel, do whatever you want, do whatever makes you happy, you know. But this makes me happy, that I know that I have more than that, that I'm more than numbers, I'm more than likes, I'm more than subscribers, I'm more than comments, I'm more than all of that, you know. So that is basically my resolution for my channel. And also, on a side note, maybe to find a little bit more balance in my life with all of that, because I do have a very big family and a lot of stuff going on, especially now in these challenging times in the worldwide pandemic, you know, with 7 kids at home most of the time and stuff like that. So as a YouTuber, it's hard, you know, and as a mom, it's hard. And as a normal human being, just with 1 kid, it's hard, you know. We're going through tough times, but also in that, I just want to find the peace and I want to find the balance that cannot come from me. So that is my resolution for my life, basically, not only for my YouTube channel. That is what I want to do in 2021, and also, of course, going up from there or out from there. I don't know. Okay, so let's go in question number 8, and that is, do you have any skincare resolutions? Now, I believe that for my age, and I'm 41 years old, I think I'm doing pretty well, because I started my skincare routine super early. The second I realized that I'm aging, and that was around when I was like 15, you know. That is when I realized it, and that is when I invested in skincare and in sunscreen and in all of these things. And I never did really sunbathe and like stuff like that, even though I do bronze. Does one say that? Do bronze? I get brown fast, like my skin I tan. Sorry, I do tan very fast, but I'm like on purpose not doing it, because I want to stay the way I am as long as I can. Okay, so if you have seen me in my makeup videos where I'm applying makeup, and you see me at the beginning of the video without makeup, you can see that besides a bit of discoloration due to my melasma that I got during my pregnancies, besides that, I'm actually doing very well. I don't have like crazy wrinkles or anything, so I think I'm doing actually really well. So I don't really have a resolution when it comes to my skincare. I think I should just continue this way, and I'm also like drinking a lot of water and hydrating my body and taking vitamins and all of these things, because skincare is not only what you put on your face, of course, or on the rest of your skin. But I think I'm just going to continue on the way that I'm doing now, because I think that is doing good for me, you know. So that is that. And of course, as age creeps up on me, I will have to adjust it a little bit, but for now, I think I'm good. Question number 9, a YouTube beauty challenge you will partake in. Sweeties, as if I have not enough challenges in my life already. I need YouTube challenges. I don't know. I don't even know what that question is all about, because I'm not really doing challenges and stuff like that. Maybe that is also because as of up until now, I have not really been very much into the in crowd that I already spoke about, because I was just not, you know. So I don't know. I don't know what to answer to this. I have no idea what YouTube challenges are out there. I'm not following stuff like that too much, because I'm just too busy. I'm also not watching right now too much YouTube, because I have so much else to do, you know. So I'm trying to support the channels that I've chosen to support, but besides that, I'm not going and digging and trying to find out what is in, what is not, what brings me views. I'm just doing what I feel like I have to do here, or what I want to do here, you know. So I don't know. I don't know the answer to this question. If you have a YouTube challenge that you want to propose to me, then please feel free to let me know, because I'm not going to go and hunt for it. You know, if someone asks me to do something, I'm always up for a challenge. I'm always up to it. Have some fun also with makeup and whatever, but I'm not really, I think I'm just too old to dig for stuff. You know, I don't feel like I have to do that anymore. All right, so now number 10, a beauty habit you need to stop this year. And that is something thinking, again, taking it off the track a tiny little bit, because I do feel in general I'm doing well. But the one thing, the one single most important thing in my life that keeps me from being more beautiful is sleep deprivation, sweeties, because, you know, I'm working very, very long hours, and then I'm getting up at 3:30 in the morning in order to do YouTube so I can sit here and put out videos, you know? So that is that. Sleep deprivation is a big, big deal, and it is very, very aging, and it's just not good. It's not good for your soul. It's not good for your body. It's just destructive all around. So what I have been trying to do now, just recently, I have started to withdraw from the rest of my family when my little kids are in bed. Now, my little ones I'm talking about, I have 6-year-old twins and a 4-year-old. They go to bed at 8 o'clock in the evening. And once they are in bed and I've done like one more round through the house and everything is more or less in working order, I withdraw to my room, take off my makeup, go into my pajamas. I'm not sleeping immediately necessarily. Sometimes I do, because sometimes I'm totally wiped out. But I just withdraw and just, you know, rest, read a book or something, or even watch some YouTube or listen to some music or who knows what, but something that is just for me, rest. Nothing exciting, just rest, because I need that. And I think I needed that for the longest time. And a lot of people have told me, sweetie, you're not going to do this for long. And I know you're right. Sometimes the realization by myself comes a little bit later. But yeah, so I have been starting to do that, and I have actually been doing much better due to that, you know? So that is that. Other than that, there is not really a beauty habit that really bugs me, that is, I don't know, disturbing my routine or something. So I cannot really say anything about that, but sleep deprivation is definitely number one, and I'm definitely working on it already. Okay, so that was the tag by Mel Thompson. I'm so glad that she created this tag, because it was really, really fun to answer it, even though, again, I had to sort of take some questions a little bit into, you know, custom make them for me. Of course, I'm going to leave the questions also in the description box or in a pinned comment, so you can see them in case you do have a social platform, then a social media platform, then you can of course feel free to make this tag too. And I'm really, really excited to hear the answers also that Kelly has now for you. And let's just go together now to her channel and check out what she has to say about all of this. So that is that. In case you're new here, please subscribe to my channel. I would absolutely love to have you here. In case you're interested in what I'm wearing on my face, you will find that in the description box down below, as well as all my discount codes that I have with different brands, and of course my social media contact if you're interested in more looks, because I'm a stylist and a makeup artist, so I do styling looks and also makeup looks, so feel free to check it all out in case you want to see what I'm all about. Okay, sweeties, this is it for today. I hope you did enjoy this video. Leave me a comment in the comment section down below, and I shall see you here next time for my next video, which is going to be super soon. And up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.